Hello and welcome to our lesson today. I am so pleased you could join me. Make yourself comfortable, perhaps with a nice cup of tea, because today we are going to talk about a word that is very close to the British heart. In fact, it might be the most commonly used word in the entire British Isles. That word is sorry. Did you know that studies suggest the average British person says sorry about 8 times a day? We say it when we make a mistake. We say it when we are confused. We say it when we hear bad news. We even say it when someone else bumps into us. It is a reflex. It is our way of keeping the world polite and harmonious. However, as an English learner, and particularly if you are at an intermediate level, you might be falling into a trap. You might be using sorry for absolutely everything. You are late? Sorry. You dropped a pen? Sorry. You didn't hear the question? Sorry. You disagree with someone? Sorry. While this is polite, it is also repetitive. It shows a lack of vocabulary range. If you use the same word for a small accident and a huge mistake, the word loses its power. If you say sorry for everything, it starts to mean nothing. Today, I want to help you expand your emotional toolkit. I want to teach you the specific phrases we use for different levels of mistakes. We will look at casual mishaps, professional errors, and the very British art of the non-apology. By the end of this session, you will know exactly how to express regret with precision and elegance. Let us start with the small things. The casual accidents. Imagine you are in a coffee shop. You are turning around to leave, and you accidentally bump into someone's shoulder. Or perhaps you are sitting at a table and you accidentally knock a spoon onto the floor. These are not crimes. You haven't hurt anyone. You don't need to beg for forgiveness. In these situations, a full "I am so sorry" can actually sound too dramatic. It is too heavy. Instead, we have some lovely, light phrases. The first one is very common among younger people and in casual settings. My bad, my bad. It is grammatically strange, isn't it? But it is very useful. It means, I accept that was my fault, but it is a small thing. Let's move on. You pass someone the wrong book. Oh, my bad. You forget to put sugar in your friend's tea. My bad. It is short, snappy, and friendly. However, please remember, never use this with your boss, and never use it for a serious mistake. If you crash your car into someone else's car, do not say, my bad. That would be very rude. Another phrase for these small moments is my mistake. This is slightly more formal than my bad, but still casual. It is perfect for correcting information. For example, imagine you are telling a story. The meeting is on Tuesday. Oh, no, my mistake. It is on Wednesday. It shows you are correcting yourself immediately. If you are physically clumsy, perhaps you trip over a step, or you drop your keys, you can use the word whoops or oops, followed by a quick sorry. Whoops, I dropped my pen. It shows you are not taking the situation too seriously. And if you want to be a little bit charming and self-deprecating, you can say, silly me. I forgot my keys again. Silly me. This suggests that you are annoyed with yourself, but in a gentle way. Now, let us move from the coffee shop to the office, the professional environment. In business, sorry can sometimes sound weak. If you say sorry too much in a meeting, you might sound like you lack confidence. You want to sound professional, competent, and accountable. If you have made a genuine error, perhaps you missed a deadline, or you sent the wrong file to a client, you need to use the verb apologise. Sorry is an adjective. I am sorry. Apologise is a verb. I apologise. Using the verb sounds much more active and formal. I apologise for the delay. I apologise for the confusion. Notice the preposition for. I apologise for the mistake. You can also make it stronger. I sincerely apologise. I unreservedly apologise. If you are writing an email, a very standard and professional phrase is, "Please accept my apologies. Please accept my apologies for the late reply." It sounds elegant, doesn't it? It frames the apology as a gift that you are offering, and the other person can choose to accept. Now, what if the mistake has caused a problem for someone else? Maybe your client had to wait for 20 minutes. Maybe your colleague had to do extra work. In this case, you must acknowledge the impact of your mistake. The magic phrase here is, I apologise for the inconvenience. Inconvenience. It is a long word, but it is essential for business English. It means trouble or difficulty. The trains are not running today. We apologise for the inconvenience. My internet cut out during the call. I apologise for the inconvenience. If you are a manager, or if you want to show great leadership qualities, you can go one step further. You can use the phrase, I take full responsibility. This is powerful. It means you are not making excuses. You are not blaming the computer, or the traffic, or your assistant. You are standing up and owning the mistake. The report was late. I take full responsibility. People respect this phrase. It builds trust. Let us look at a different type of situation. Sometimes we say sorry when we haven't actually done anything wrong. We use it to show sympathy. If your friend tells you, I lost my job yesterday, or my grandmother is sick, you cannot say, my bad. That would be terrible. You didn't cause the problem. You want to express that you feel their pain. The standard phrase is, I am so sorry to hear that. I was ill last week. Oh, I am sorry to hear that. If it is a tragedy, a death, or a serious loss, we offer condolences. Please accept my deepest condolences. But for everyday bad news, I am so sorry to hear that is perfect. Now I want to teach you something very British. The non-apology. There are times when we need to say no to someone, or we need to give them bad news. But in British culture, saying no directly is considered very blunt, almost rude. We don't like to be direct. We prefer to soften the blow. So, we use the word sorry or the phrase I'm afraid to wrap the no in soft cotton wool. Imagine someone invites you to a party, but you cannot go. Direct. No, I can't come. Too harsh. Polite. I'm sorry, but I can't make it. Better yet, use I'm afraid. I'm afraid I can't help you. I'm afraid we are closed. I'm afraid Mr. Smith is in a meeting. When we say I'm afraid, we are not actually frightened. We are not shaking with fear. It is a social marker. It means I am about to tell you something you do not want to hear, and I am being polite about it. Do you have this shirt in size medium? I'm afraid not. Can I speak to the manager? I'm afraid he is out to lunch. This is a wonderful phrase for you to master. It makes you sound sophisticated and culturally aware. It stops you from sounding aggressive when you have to refuse a request. Another confusion point for learners is the difference between sorry and excuse me. They are both polite, but they look in different directions of time. Excuse me is usually for before you interrupt or inconvenience someone. Sorry is usually for after you have done it. If you need to get past someone on a crowded train, you say, "Excuse me," so they move. If you step on their foot while moving past, you say, "Sorry." "Excuse me, could you tell me the time?" Starting a conversation. "Sorry, I didn't hear you." Repairing a conversation. Now, let us talk about the other side of the coin. How do you accept an apology? If someone says, "Sorry" to you, what do you say back? If you say nothing, it creates a very awkward silence. The other person will feel terrible. You need to release them from their guilt. In a casual setting, the absolute king of phrases in Britain and Australia is, "No worries." "Oh, I forgot your book." "No worries." It is friendly, relaxed, and comforting. It means, do not worry about this. It is not a problem. Similar phrases are, "No problem." "It's fine. Don't mention it." "Don't mention it" is lovely. It implies the mistake was so small that we shouldn't even speak about it again. If the situation was a bit more serious, but you want to be professional and forgive the person, you can say, "Apology accepted." This is formal. It draws a line under the event. "I apologize for being late." Apology accepted. Let's start the meeting. Or you can be gracious and say, "These things happened. I deleted the file by accident." Don't worry. These things happen. This is very empathetic. It reminds the person that everyone makes mistakes. I want to take a moment to discuss the cultural context I mentioned at the beginning. The British Reflex apology. You might find this funny, but it is true. If you walk down a street in London and you bump into a lamppost, an inanimate metal object, there is a high chance you will hear a British person say, "Oops, sorry," to the lamppost. We also apologise if someone bumps into us. Imagine you are standing still. Someone runs into you. The logical thing is for them to apologise. But in Britain, both people will usually say, "Sorry." Sorry. Sorry. Why? Because we are apologising for the awkwardness of the collision. We are apologising for occupying the space that the other person wanted. It is a ritual of peace. So, if you visit the UK, do not be surprised if people apologise to you when you are the one who made the mistake. So, let us review what we have learned today. We want to stop saying just "sorry" for everything. For small accidents, use "my bad," "my mistake," or "silly me." For professional errors, use "I apologise." "I apologise for the inconvenience," or "I take full responsibility." For bad news, use I'm afraid. I'm afraid I can't. For sympathy, use I'm sorry to hear that. And to accept an apology, use no worries or these things happen. I have a challenge for you. For the next week, try to ban the word sorry from your vocabulary, just for small things. If you drop something, catch yourself. Don't say sorry. Say, whoops, my bad. If you are writing an email, delete I am sorry and write I apologize for. See how it feels. See if it changes the way you feel about yourself. Words have power. When you use precise, varied vocabulary, you project an image of competence and fluency. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope this lesson has given you the confidence to handle your mistakes with grace and style. I apologize if I have talked for too long, actually. No, I don't. I hope it was useful. I look forward to speaking with you again very soon. Goodbye.